Avoiding capital gains taxes on an inherited property. Hey guys, it's Brad from probateresource.com. At Probate Resource, we're a real estate solutions company. We specialize in the world of probate and inheritance properties. We actually buy properties for cash, and we also have a fantastic handpicked network of real estate agents that we work with all across the country that are probate and inheritance specialists. So today I want to talk about probably the most common question that gets asked around inheriting a property, and that is, how much taxes do I owe? Am I going to owe capital gains taxes? And how do I avoid capital gains taxes on inherited property? So what I'm going to tell you here is, first of all, a disclaimer. I am not a CPA. I'm not a tax professional. I'm not a tax attorney. You should seek tax advice from your CPA or consult a CPA about your specific tax situation, because everyone's tax situation is unique and different. But what I'm going to speak about is just generally speaking here. In most cases, most families in the United States actually don't end up having to pay any capital gains taxes at all on an estate. And why is that? That is because of two things. Number one is what's called a step up in basis. Most families and most estates, most of the value comes from either a piece of real estate or maybe multiple pieces of real estate that are owned, and that is most of their net worth or their assets. Okay, so there's a thing called step up in basis, and what that means is that when someone passes away, which basis is basically your bottom line, what you have in it. So if you bought a property 40 years ago for 50 grand and today it's worth 500 grand, before you died, if you sold that property, you might be subject to capital gains taxes in that difference because that property has increased in value. Now, when you're still alive, there is exemptions for being married and whatever, it's your primary residence. But for the purposes of inheritance here, when someone passes away, the value of that asset steps up to whatever the current market value is as of the day of their death. So if they bought the property for 50 grand 40 years ago, and now it's worth 500 grand, if someone passes away today, the value, their basis on that property, which the basis is how capital gains are calculated upon. It's your sale price minus your basis is whatever your capital gain is. Your basis steps up as of the day of the death to 500 grand, if it's worth 500 grand as of the day of the death. So if you, as the heir of that estate, decide to sell that asset after the death, your capital gain is only off of the difference between what you sold it for and what the step up in basis was as of the date of the death. So in many cases, you actually don't really have any capital gain at all because you might sell the property a month later. Now, if you're in some crazy rapidly appreciating market, maybe it appreciated 100 grand in the span of a month between the date of death and when you sold it. But more than likely, it probably didn't. So you really didn't have any sort of capital gain. And obviously, you could get an appraiser and argue that till the cows come home, right? But in most cases, you're probably not going to have a capital gain when you go to sell that. Also, understand the inheritance and gift tax exemptions. So there are inheritance and gift tax exemptions, and as of 2023, it's over $12 million. So go research the inheritance and gift tax exemptions, read about that. I'm not going to get into depth with that on this video. And again, consult with your CPA, seek a tax professional and ask them your specific tax advice. But between those two things, step up in basis and the estate tax exemption rules, most families in most cases would basically not have to pay any capital gains taxes on an estate, either between the step up in basis or because of the exemption amount. Now, obviously, some people have assets or estates that are worth more than that amount, in which case they might be subject to that. But again, like I said, Everyone's tax situation is different and unique, and you should consult a tax professional about that. So I hope this helps you out a little bit today. That's probably one of the number one search questions or research questions that we get about probate and inheritance is capital gains taxes. I'm Brad with probateresource.com. If you have a house or a property that you need to sell that you've inherited, we'd be happy to make you a cash offer on that property. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you feel like maybe you want to go the traditional route, you want to list that property on the market with an agent, we have a handpicked network of real estate agents all across the country that we work with that are probate and inheritance specialists. So please reach out to us if you're interested in getting that property sold. If you go to probateresource.com, there's a link below in the description, but you can go to probateresource.com and there's a web form there on the website you can fill out. Or when you go to the website, there's actually a phone number there that you can pick up the phone and just call us. We'd be happy to discuss your situation, figure out if you think we're the right fit for your situation. Thanks again for watching this video. I'm Brad. I hope you have a nice day. Bye-bye.